All right, let's dive into something pretty amazing. We're going to talk about these incredible, super nutrient-dense plants that have been around, well, forever. And we'll look at the technology that's finally making it possible to get them onto our plates. The crazy part? These aren't some exotic new discovery. They're literally superfoods that have been hiding in plain sight.
You know, you walk into a supermarket today, and the options are just overwhelming, right? Food from all over the world available 24/7. But here's the big question, the paradox of our time. With all of this choice, are we actually getting the nutrition our bodies really need? That single question really sets the stage for a powerful solution to a very modern problem.
Well, the answer to that nutritional gap might just be something called forever crops. Now, this is a fantastic term for plants that are perennial, often wild, and just packed with unbelievable nutrition. Plants we've pretty much ignored until now. They represent this huge, untapped resource for some serious health benefits.
Yeah, you heard that right. We're talking about the very plants that many people pull out of their lawns and call weeds. Turns out they're actually nutritional powerhouses. They've been here the whole time, loaded with vitamins and minerals that honestly put a lot of our regular grocery store vegetables to shame.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty, the actual numbers. Because when you see the hard data behind some of these common weeds, you'll get exactly why people are starting to pay very close attention.
Just look at this. Let's start with dandelion greens, that little yellow flower you see everywhere. Its leaves have over 500% of your daily value of vitamin K in a single cup. 500%! This common backyard plant is a legitimate superfood that supports everything from your bones to your liver.
Okay, next up is purslane, and this one is a total game changer. It has the highest level of omega-3 fatty acids of any plant grown on land. We always think of fish like salmon for omega-3s, right? But just imagine what it means for our food system if we can get those same essential fats from a sustainable plant instead of overfished oceans.
And the list just goes on. The potency here is just incredible. Look at lamb's quarters. Almost 300% of your daily vitamin A, over 100% of your vitamin C in just one serving. It's even high in protein, which is pretty unusual for a leafy green. These aren't just alternatives to spinach or kale. In many ways, they're a huge upgrade.
So we've seen they're packed with vitamins, but what if I told you they could do more? Like way more. Beyond just basic nutrition, these plants have powerful compounds that can actually help us fight some of our most serious chronic diseases. We're shifting gears now from general wellness to targeted disease-fighting properties. So how do they do it? Well, it's not just one magic bullet. They have all these different, really smart ways of working. White Clover, for instance, has chromium for insulin sensitivity and actually slows down how your body breaks down sugar. Prickly pear can cut blood sugar spikes by almost half, and mesquite has this super low glycemic index, so it gives you a nice, slow, steady release of energy.
Okay, before we get to the really wild stuff, there's a word you need to know. Apoptosis. It sounds complicated, but it's actually a super simple and brilliant concept. It's just the body's natural way of telling a bad or damaged cell, hey, it's time to self-destruct. It's absolutely crucial for preventing diseases like cancer, and as you're about to see, some plants can help kick this process into gear.
And this is where it starts to feel like science fiction. These plants seem to have this built-in intelligence. Tepary beans, for example, have proteins that can trigger that self-destruct sequence only in cancer cells, leaving healthy cells alone. White clover can block the specific master switch for a certain type of leukemia. And red clover has compounds that can help shut down the fuel lines for some kinds of tumors. It's remarkable.
So you think all of that is amazing, right? Well, hold on. There's one plant that seems to just defy belief. It's this tiny little floating green that might just be the most complete superfood on the entire planet. Get ready to meet duckweed.
First off, vitamin B12. For decades, the rule was you can only get the really usable kind of B12 from animal products. Well, duckweed just completely rewrites that rulebook. It's the only known plant source. On top of that, it's great for blood sugar control, it's got these anti-cancer peptides, it's over 40% protein, and get this, it can literally double its own weight in a day or two. It's unbelievable.
Okay, so at this point, you're probably thinking, if this stuff is so incredible, why am I not eating it for dinner? And that's the perfect question. The answer, in a word, is technology. We finally have the ability to grow these wild plants indoors with incredible efficiency and precision. Picture this, a completely automated cycle. You've got robots planting the seeds with perfect spacing. Then, an AI acts like the ultimate gardener, constantly adjusting the light, the water, the nutrients, everything for perfect growth. Then robotic arms come in and harvest, often just giving the plant a haircut so it can grow right back for repeated harvest with minimal effort. And this whole thing runs 365 days a year, no matter what the weather's like outside.
So what's this number all about? 95%. That is how much less water these indoor vertical farms use compared to growing the same crops out in a field. 95%. That's just a staggering level of efficiency.
So what does this all mean? It means technology makes these amazing forever crops a practical reality. We get perfectly consistent, high-quality food grown without any pesticides, using a tiny fraction of the land and water. And we can build these farms right in the middle of our cities, closer to where people actually live. It's just a smarter, more sustainable food system. What we're really seeing here is this incredible moment in time. We're taking the ancient, powerful wisdom that's been locked inside these plants for thousands of years, and we're finally pairing it with the absolute cutting edge of modern technology. This isn't just about growing better food, it's about creating a whole new paradigm for health.
This quote just perfectly sums up the entire idea, doesn't it? What if your farm was also your pharmacy? We're talking about a future where food isn't just about calories. It's our first line of defense, our primary tool for preventing disease and staying healthy. It's a future where our nutrition is potent, personalized, and produced sustainably. And that leaves us with one final, huge question to think about. Could the solution to some of our biggest, most complex health problems have been growing right under our feet this whole time, just waiting for the right technology to come along and unlock its full potential? It's a future that's quickly moving from science fiction to reality. Thanks for tuning in.